And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace. How are you today, girl?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
You tell me that you left late from home trying to get to school.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 minutes makes all the difference, just so you know. It does.
Like if you're trying to, especially Highway 19, if you're trying to get out, what is that road over there, that Chandler Road, trying to get across there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my heavens.
Yeah. I left 5 minutes late and later than what I have been, and it does make all the difference. I got behind all kind of cars, and I thought, oh, my goodness.
You know what you don't see anymore, and I guess it just was one of those things that just disappeared, but our youth was filled with it. Pulpwood trucks, because they smoked and they were had baling wire hold them together, and they drove 5 miles an hour in front of you.
Yeah, I can remember getting behind those a lot of times.
They gone now. You don't. It just disappeared for whatever reason. I guess I need to get up on the industry, but
now it's log trucks, which I have some history with. That's what bumped into the back of me.
Oh yeah, old log trucks ain't nothing quite like them, are they?
Yeah.
Well, we do hope your morning is going well. It is Friday. The eagle flies today for most folks. We've got some news stories we'll go over in just a little bit. We got a little bit of rain yesterday afternoon, and it looks like we may get some more. We'll take a look at your forecast next here with Scotty, Ray, and, of course,
Candace.
Hurricane season is here, and like most Mississippians, you know the drill. Organize a severe weather safety kit, know how to safely use a generator, and have a plan of action to keep your family safe if a hurricane threatens. And when outages do occur, you can now report and view current outages through our free smartphone app or website at emepa.com. Remember, when storms come in, be ready if the power goes out. East Mississippi Electric Power Association is your local Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Well, Lauderdale County Farm Supply is there for you no matter what you're needing when it comes to hunting, farming. It's all there. As I've said a couple of times here lately about the boots that they carry. We're going to get wet weather. You're going to need to keep those feet dry during those winter months. And they got them for the ladies. They got them for the fellows. Or work boots. If you got to have some steel-toe boots, they got those for you as well. As we move in, we start getting ready for this deer season thing. There's a lot to be prepared for. Now, don't forget the tax-free weekend is coming up at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply at the end of the month. That'll be coming up. Save a lot of money there. Also, your deer cams are already out. If you're looking for things to attract your deer in, try the Power Station from Rack 1. You hang it in a tree, they'll love it. When it comes to planting, now we've already started bush hogging, getting ready. Ground's getting broke. If you need feed, seed, fertilizer, all of that. Get your wheat in the ground, they've got it for you. Ryegrass, all that good stuff. Along with taking care of your animals, your horses and your cattle. And, well, even your deer, if you need some corn for that as well, outside the pigs and things. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply has it all. Have a great selection of guns. You name it, you can find it at all in one place. Drop in and see them again. That's exit 151 off the interstate. See them. Ron will take care of you there. Well, good morning. It is the weekend. Friday is here, and as we look toward our weekend weather, boy, I can't wait for this weekend to be here. It's going to be nice. It's been a hot week, hasn't it? All week long, just, ooh, boy, bubbling. As we go to radar this morning, as we take a look at everything, what are we expecting for our area today? Well, the National Weather Service tells us that we have a 60% chance of thunderstorms. High is going to hit about 88 today. By tonight, still a 50% chance of showers continuing into tomorrow, with rain likely in the afternoon after 1 on your weekend there. So heat index is going to hit about a 100 tomorrow. So a hot weekend in store for us, down to 20% tomorrow night. And then only a 30% chance of showers as we go into Sunday, and a slight chance of rain on Monday. So that's a quick look at what's going on, but not too bad. But again, the temperature falling right under 90 for today. So not as warm as it has been, but don't forget to make sure that you get plenty of Gatorade and all that great stuff to keep you cool as you're out and about working. Take it easy. If you get overheated, sit back down and rest up, because that stuff just does not play. Again, a 60% chance of showers today is what you're planning for. Let's go back and join Candace for some more news.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? And I'm with Scotty Ray, and this is Candace. And
well, she looks like Pebbles. Does anybody else think of the Flintstones?
He's made fun of my outfit.
What do you actually call that?
It's leopard.
That's the word.
It's leopard. It's in style.
Okay.
Don't trash my clothes.
I ain't trashing it, but I'm like, I have probably shirts that are 15 years old because I'm always in style, because my style never changes.
Men have it really good and really easy. Look, I feel kind of like I'm wearing a curtain or something. It's like a sheer. I keep getting it hung under the car seat.
It's
and
kind of like
everything.
the
I got it hung in the door when I shut the door of the car.
the Carol Burnett scene where she grabbed the. You do remember that, don't you?
What?
Where they were making fun of Gone with the Wind, and Carol
Oh,
Burnett grabs the curtain rods and she has
Yeah,
the
and
curtain.
puts it on.
Okay, if
Yeah.
you're younger than 35, you might
Yeah.
not know what we're talking about.
I do remember that. That was funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But, we brought up something else just a moment ago of how this pandemic is really changing the way things are. And it's people's routines, coming up. Sunday is church.
Yeah.
As churches start to try to open back up, has it gotten to a point to where so many people are watching it online and TV that they will never go back to inside a church? Or is it just the opposite to where it's gotten more people and once it's all open, they'll go back? What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, it is convenient to be able to watch it, but it's not the same as when you go and you sit, amongst people, your friends
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I've always heard that if you miss 2 Sundays in a row of getting somebody to come back, and that's preachers talking, if they miss 2 in a row, it's hard to get them to come back because they get out of their.
It is. Once you get out of a rhythm of going, it is hard to go back. I mean, I know this has happened to me.
Yeah, so we're telling
so,
you
I know.
to go to church when you can. If not, watch it. But
Right.
I'm not sure what the effects of that will be.
Yeah. I'm hoping, a lot of my customers, that go to church and couldn't go to church, they can't wait to get back
Right.
to church,
But you do. You miss out on things of people that you talk to
Yeah.
during Sunday school and everything else.
Because it's kind of like, it's a family.
It is.
Your church is a family, and, people miss that, so.
So she got a point on all of that. As we turn to news stories this morning, let's see what's out there nationwide with what we look at. And this is a scary thing that is going to affect, just like churches are changing. There's a Tribune Publishing, which owns tons of major newspapers, are closing 5 of their offices nationwide. And what that tells us is they're saving money by not renting office space. What's it going to do, A, to people who own commercial buildings that rent to people?
Yeah.
And then the office is going to be forever changed after this, I'm afraid.
Yeah, my husband works from home, and of course he's ready to go back into the office. He's tired of working from home, but glad to have a job still, thank goodness. But
Too close to you is what I'd say.
no, I think he's just tired of being in the house all the time.
I get that.
He's confined to the spare bedroom, and
And the next thing you do, and you can't help it, you're Al Bundy sitting at your desk at home because
Yeah.
food's real close, and you just,
yeah, that's what he said. Every time you get a moment, you go in there and snack or something. It's just easy. It's there.
yeah, you
But-
can't help it.
But I think a lot of these people who own businesses and stuff, like big corporations and stuff, especially, I think they're finding that they're coming out a lot cheaper, not having
Yeah.
to pay the power bills, like you said, and
and
office supplies and stuff like that.
I hung out at the coffee machine all the time at work. I'm not going to lie, back when I used to have a job.
Yeah, but I know people are ready to get back to a normal
Yeah.
sense of being around other people.
As we look at our next story, the Chicago, now this is pretty neat. This is the first city that I've seen do this. All these people that are looting, they have started a website and posted all the looters up there and said, hey, do you know these people? And they've done it by sections of the town, of Section 1, and they show a graph of what all that includes. And they're saying, do you know these people, so we can go arrest them?
Yeah, that's
So-
a good thing, I think, and if you see somebody doing something, they can always report it.
Yeah, like the
too.
grandma a few weeks ago that said, hey, that's my grandson, go get him.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing now to have those everywhere.
You're right. As we look at this, I have never in my life heard of this before.
Me either. I've never heard of that.
So a company now is offering, if you adopt a pet, and they're calling it Paternity. If you get a new dog in your family, you can take off time from work to go spend with your pet, and they'll also give you $300 once a year toward the new pet to adopt. That has to be a big-time animal lover up in that company.
Yeah, it has to be, because there's companies that don't even let you off when you have a sick child. I mean, goodness.
I don't see that catching on nationwide. That's just I may be wrong on that, but do
Yeah.
you?
That I can't say that. And I used to have a customer. She was obsessed with her Dachshund dogs.
Yeah.
And she loved them. And she even had like one of them cremated and
Oh, did
had
she?
a portion of them in a locket that she wore around
She
her neck.
was-
So there are some animal lovers.
Oh,
believe me.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But companies, I would say if you call and say, hey, I got a new dog, I'm not coming into work, you're probably not going to be there very long in most companies.
Probably not. You can probably kiss Kiss that company goodbye.
So just a thought there.
Yeah.
Now this is beyond creepy.
That's morbid.
Yeah, this guy, his wife passes away. She wanted a new house. He never got the house built while she was alive. So it took him 3 years to build a house after she dies. And he goes and has a wax image of his wife made, and he plants her on the new couch and has a big party for everybody to come see her.
Now, I think that's a good idea. I think I want to be. I think I want to be stuffed and put there. If something happens to me, you tell Kurt. He better
I can see like Kurt. She's always looking at me.
No, he would probably think, "Oh, you were crazy." That is a crazy thing. Let me just back up. I'm
It
just
has to
joking.
be-
I would not want to be done that way.
It has to be true love, I guess, but it is creepy. I'm not
that would
gonna.
be odd. Especially, can you imagine if he married again, the new wife? Would you think she'd probably have her moved out?
I guess you could put a candle stem in her and just.
Yeah, light her.
But there's no telling. There's no telling what that cost.
sorry. Yeah,
Think about that, because that's like a wax museum, you know.
yeah.
It took a year to complete her. So
I
just
bet.
yeah. But you know, it reminds me of remember the Roy D. Mercer stuff?
Yeah.
About the little dog, right? Having stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, our next story. Now, as we talked just a moment ago about companies that aren't renting their offices again, Manhattan homeless people have taken over the sidewalk from things that people left in the office buildings who haven't returned, and they're just camped out down through Manhattan. And, you know, that's a real upscale place in New York.
Yeah.
And they're not going anywhere, and nobody's doing anything about it.
I don't understand why nobody's doing anything about it. That just is crazy.
Well, it's the defund the police thing to
Well,
where
yeah.
there's not enough of them, I guess, to go do anything anymore.
But you would think city workers could come and clean that up. You know, you would think.
But it starts with the mayor.
Yeah.
And the mayor isn't exactly doing a whole lot there in New
Yeah.
York with things of this nature.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who banned anything over a 16-ounce drink. Did you know that?
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
I mean,
It
come
sounds
on,
to me like they need to
people.
get them a new mayor.
It does to me, too. Didn't happen when old Rudy was running the joint, did it?
No, it didn't.
As we look at this now, this is American speaking to a degree. We'll see when the first game hits or if it does. But HBO has a TV show called Hard Knocks, which is about football. It has huge ratings. It's your first taste of the season. They had their first show, and it dropped to only 273,000 people watching it.
Yeah.
So is it the indication of we're fed up with the NFL and people kneeling and you know, putting politics in sports?
It could be a number of things. I know that a lot of people who are just obsessed with sports, you know, they get all wound up and they're ready and stuff and watching the games. I mean, I've seen people just unreal. They're just bouncing off the walls watching the games. But
I don't
think-
take it that serious.
Yeah, I don't either. But I think that some people are just tired of not knowing what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just going to forget it. You know, they just got that attitude, just forget it.
I
you know?
watched and this was, I think, somewhere in rural Minnesota at a grocery store, to where it was a couple, and of course they're masquerading God, something, you know, like they were, and they jumped on this poor little kid who didn't have a mask. Ugly. I mean, just downright berated the guy. And he wasn't arguing with him. He forgot his mask, and somebody videoed it. It was awful.
Well, a girl at work today told me a story. It was not local, of course, but a waitress, these girls that were women had gone to a restaurant, and they got mad at the waitress because they couldn't all sit together. But there was a social distancing rule in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And they couldn't sit together, and they jumped on the waitress and like beat her up.
Yeah, I saw a
she
picture
had
of her.
cut on her eye and all that. So that's people are, you know, people are just crazy.
Taking it to a level because,
No.
you know, if you're worried about the coronavirus, you know, if you come in contact with them and get blood, it's just like anything.
Yeah.
You're going to make it worse.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's so many people are just, I know they're getting aggravated about things and about the virus, you know, having to do this, having to do that. There's a lot of things I don't understand. I mean, as a hairstylist, I don't understand why we only can have 10 in the salon.
Right.
But then a girl that I used to work with took her grandson to the doctor, and she said there was 23 people in the waiting area. And it was at a pediatrician, 23 people, not here locally. It was in another town in our state, but 23 people in there, not counting the workers. And
That's
she's
heap.
in a, like she said, 500 square foot area. So, I don't know. They need to either like set rules that are for everybody,
Right.
The same rules,
And it goes like to you can't go to church, but hey, let's go have a ride.
right? Yeah,
It doesn't add
And-
up.
Yeah, and I know the governor. Maybe didn't he say something about he wanted football to start? Or
Yeah, he
something
did
like
say he
that,
wanted it to
you know?
start.
But I can understand where people get aggravated about that because people can't go to church. People
Yeah,
can't
if-
do things that they want to do. But
And the church is like it is a really, really hot key in the South.
Yeah.
Of if you tell me I can't do this, or I can do this but I can't do that, you better let me go to church.
Yeah.
Because you know, and I agree with people on that.
yeah, I think that ought to be the number one place
Yeah,
that you
absolutely.
can go. You know, if you want to go worship, you should be able to go.
What was that old song? Be happy. Everybody needs a happy pill these days to
Yeah.
make things a little bit,
They do.
better. As we move to this next story, and this is one of those, I would call it a data boy. A
Mm-hmm.
cop, and I'm going to pull up the video here in just a second. A cop pulls up to a railroad track, and there's a gentleman that is stuck on the railroad tracks in his wheelchair, and the train's coming. Let me see if I can pull that up and play that for everybody, because it was a very, very heroic moment when that went down. And let's see here. I think I almost got it, Candace. I'm a little slow some days, aren't I?
No, it's fine.
All right, let's see
You wouldn't want
here.
me operating it. We'd never get to see anything.
All right, here it is. Here's where the cop pulls up. If it'll load.
One. I'll be out with the bell stack on the tracks trying to get him out. Go on, can you get up? Get up.
And she saves him, which was great news.
One on one. I need the ambulance now.
You know, and that's a mere miracle there.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine if she hadn't come along?
Yeah,
That
at
would've
that
been-
exact moment.
I can't imagine what was going through the man's head. I mean, just
We
sitting there
all-
stuck and unable to
and hear
to
that.
move.
But that did have a good ending to it. I think he was bruised up a little bit. It hit his leg, but they said full recovery is expected. That, and that's great for the cops too.
Oh yeah, thank goodness.
A great image for that. And this is just one of those that I saw that I thought, hey, why don't we talk about this for a second? Because everybody's seen these forever. The U.S. mail truck, they've been driving this same one since '94. Apparently this company went out of business, but they've been just maintenance, keeping them going. And it's time now for a new contract. And they're going to replace them. $6.3 billion to buy new ones for the U.S. Post Office. So we thought we'd show you what they're down to 3, I think. And this is the choices. They don't look as good as the old ones, do they?
They
Or is it
don't.
just that I've seen the old ones all the time?
You know, I was telling you about the old one that used to be the Jeep.
Yeah.
You know, my grandparents lived over in a neighborhood that was behind the college, and the mailman used to come down through the road with a Jeep mail carrier, vehicle, and we would jump on the back and ride, and he'd never even know we were back there. So, but anyway, these, I think I like the top right one.
The top right one?
Yeah.
And why didn't you point out I had a typo at the top there? I just noticed that.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
finalists.
Yeah, whoops. Too late now.
You just got your S and T backwards.
Yeah, it just kind of happened that way. So that's
okay.
where that is. But
Yeah.
new mail trucks, and it looks like that'll happen probably toward the end of the year. So look for that. And I'm not still used to the new state trooper cars. They can sneak up on you.
Well, have you seen the new UPS? Well, I guess they're new UPS vehicles.
Oh, those
They're-
tall things?
Yeah, they're kind of a different look.
Yeah.
I don't know if just some are driving those, and because the old trucks are still out on the roads too.
But things are changing, and I got to catch up with the future, I guess, is what
Yeah,
it all boils down to.
I guess.
So what you got planned for the weekend? It is Friday and all.
I don't really have any plans for the weekend. I think I'm trying to get my car that I had cleaned up and put it for
I
sale.
think your husband said something about you ought to vacuum, but that I just overheard that.
That I ought to vacuum? I don't think he said that.
I'm just,
No. No, I cleaned the other day.
the other day. Did y'all catch that?
I try. Anybody that knows me knows I try to keep my house clean, but no, I think I am going to try to clean that vehicle up. We're going to try to do that and get it on the market.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stopping by this morning, Candace. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Have
you.
a good weekend.
You
and
have a good weekend too.
see you back on
Everybody have a
Monday.
good weekend.
We'll recheck that forecast here in just a moment. Highway 494 is where you'll find these guys. If you're looking for a lawnmower, boy, let me tell you, they're stocked up and ready to take care of you. Of course, they carry the Skag, the Cheetah. That is a fast lawnmower. A 15-gallon tank on it. You can pretty much cut all day without even having to stop to fill up. A great deck on it that can handle the pressure of things that you bump into and run about 16 miles an hour. That's a fast lawnmower. And of course, they've got other lines to choose from, but if you're looking for more, go by and see them. Also, as we get ready to get things planted, if your tractor just isn't working, or maybe you've never owned one, see them about that LS tractor there, the four-wheel drive. Make sure you get a four-wheel drive. I own one. Make sure you do that. You'll be glad in the end that you do with a bucket. Yeah, don't do without that. As we move into this, bush hogs, they've got disc, anything you might need for a tractor you already have. And the new item they've got is the Benchy Warrior, the 1000. 0% for 60 months on this. This is the largest that you can get. Now, as I said, you can order this with air conditioning heater. Now, how good would that be to have one that you don't freeze to death in the winter and cool in the summer? Air conditioner, talk to them about that. They'll get one ordered for you. And of course, they've got winches on them, all that you might need. Several different colors to choose from and sizes, the 550 on up. They have GPS on these. They have racing ones, whatever you're looking for to take care of and get the job done. It's a handy thing to have. That's exit, get right off at Cicalina there at the fire department, head on Highway 494, and you'll run right into Freeman Tractor. Again, as we recap today of what's going to be going on with the weather, brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, that 60% chance of showers likely this afternoon. Otherwise, sunny, high of 88. Tonight, 50% chance of rain and down to a 50% tomorrow also. Then rain will kind of be moving out. But we should get some more of those afternoon sprinkles and showers as we've had pretty much every day this week. A few of the places got some gully washers, didn't they? They sure did. But always be careful. Drive a little bit slower in that rain. Those roads get slick. We know how it is during the summer. Don't want any accidents whatsoever. We want to thank our fine sponsors that help us out, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, of course, Freeman Tractor, along with Chino. If you hadn't been to visit and eat with him lately, drop in and see him there at San Marcos. SMI Automotive for any of those truck accessory needs. Of course, Graphics Guru if you need some signage, sign put up in your yard. If you're needing some lettering on your truck, see them today. Zane will help you. EMEPA, along with Piggly Wiggly, Rick Justice, and Hoopers on 22nd Avenue. All great folks. I hope you'll drop in and see them today and let them take care of you, and they'll certainly help you out.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
Again, thanks for watching Scotty Ray's Weather today. Like, share, tell a friend so everybody will know when the weather breaks out to tune in, and we'll give you that street-by-street coverage right up to your doorstep with Scotty Ray's Weather.